Welcome to Muzzy Field. It is yet another beautiful day for baseball. 81 degrees and sunny skies for the Bristol Blues against the Pittsfield Suns. First, we'll start out for the starting lineups for the visitors. Batting first, leading off for the Suns in right field, Brian Moski. Batting second, the shortstop, Tommy Hughes. Batting third, the center fielder, Al Zachary. In the cleanup spot today, the first baseman, Eric Hamilton, who's off to a red-hot start. .337 with 92 at-bats and 7 home runs. Izzy Fuentes, the starter for the Bristol Blues, is going to have to keep an eye on Eric Hamilton in the 4-hole today. Batting fifth, the catcher, Justin Mordhart. Batting sixth, the second baseman, John Nolette. DHing and hitting seventh, Colin Ridley. Batting eighth, playing third base, Spencer Tinkle. And in left field, rounding out the lineup for the visitors, Trent Bryan. Now for the Bristol Blues. On the bump for Bristol is number 16 from Chino Hills, California, Izzy Fuentes. Izzy's still looking for his first decision of the season, but he's been nothing short of an absolute workhorse at the top of the Blues rotation. 17 innings pitched, a .52 ERA. He will make his first start at Muzzy Field. Definitely a pitcher's friendly ballpark today for the Bristol Blues and Izzy Fuentes. The catcher, Chris Villa, will throw down to second. And here is the defensive alignment for the home team today. Villa behind the dish, Andrew Kendrick, the first baseman. Nick Conti at second. Shortstop today, as always, Tyler Roberts at third. Number 26, Austin Chauvin. In right field, Liam Scaffariello. In center will be Logan Green. And in left field for Bristol today, Frankie Gregoire. Striding to home plate now is Brian Moski. Number 17, the right-handed stick, stands in, and he will face Izzy Fuentes. Izzy rifles in a first pitch fastball. This one called a strike, 0-1. Izzy's 0-1 pitch misses a little bit inside, 1-1. Last night, the Blues got thwarted by the Wachusett Dirt Dogs. They lost 15-3 on the road, the worst loss in franchise history. However, they will look to right the ship and get back into the win column today to creep up above 500 once again. The Blues and Pittsfield Suns, both 10-10 on the season. No better starter to have out there today for Bristol than Izzy Fuentes. A .52 ERA leads all of the FCBL in starters ERA. The 1-2 pitch is a curveball, swung on and missed. Fuentes makes easy work of Moski to start off the ball game. 1 up, 1 down by way of the strikeout. The old adage is you're only as good as the next day's starter. Well, the Bristol Blues are all-stars today, because that is for sure where Izzy will find himself in 2 weeks. The All-Star game being played at Worcester this season. Without a doubt, Izzy Fuentes will be there representing the Bristol Blues. Batting second is the shortstop, number 12, Tommy Hughes. He gets a first pitch fastball that he can't handle. He'll lift it up and out of play, 0-1. Hughes, the shortstop from the University of Oklahoma, he'll head into a sophomore season next year. He's hitting .296 on the season. He does have 71 at-bats, so a pretty good sample size here for the sophomore from Oklahoma. And the 0-1 pitch is a changeup right at the knees, called a strike. No balls and 2 strikes here for Tommy Hughes. .02 is a curveball that Villa smothers. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Slight breeze out here at Muzzy Field today. Wind blowing from left to right field. Fuentes, one of the slower and more deliberate pitchers that the Blues have on the staff. He takes his time, strolls to the back of the mound, and now will work the first base side of the rubber. The 1-2 pitch is a fastball. That just misses. 2-2. Picture perfect day here for baseball. Hughes now gets up tight to the plate, feet right on the inside part of the batter's box. The 2-2 pitch is a check swing. It's fouled off down the right field line. Nowhere near being a fair ball. Count's going to stick. 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes. The pitch is on its way. Curveball lifted to shallow right field. Scaffarello will charge hard and make a sliding grab. Pretty good play out there and right by the big boy, Liam Scaffarello. Got a good jump on the fly ball. Charged hard, slid in, seated it. Old Elma College baseball coach Judd Folsky would be really happy with that one. Preached, seating the ball in the outfield. 2 up and 2 down. Can't help but laugh about that. Old college memories of the coach screaming, seat it, every practice. Enough of that. Al Zachary, the first left-handed bat in the Pittsfield lineup today, bats with 2 outs. He's first pitch swinging his number 5. He'll lift it up and out of play. 0-1. As we go back to the college baseball stories, we would sit in a gymnasium with the rug underneath us practicing seating the baseball without even going up to make a grab. That's how enthusiastic about seating the ball there was head coach Judd Folsky. He'd be really happy with that effort right there by Liam Scaffarello. No doubt about that. The 1-1 pitch is hit on the air to left field. Going toward the line will be Frankie Gregoire, and it'll be just out of his reach. The 1-2 count now becomes, or the 1-1 count now becomes 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fuentes ahead of another hitter, and it is the 3-hole hitter today, Al Zachary. Zachary hitting .329 for the Pittsfield Suns. Has added 3 home runs, which puts him tied for 3rd on the team in homers. Zachary, the lefty, very, very tight. Feet less than shoulder width apart. He toe taps and waves his hands at this one. Just barely makes contact. He'll lift it up and out of play. Count will stay 1-2. Fuentes gets the sign from Villa, agrees very quickly, and whips a changeup in there. Change piece dives a little bit too far outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the first inning. Two pitch just barely misses inside. Villa stuck it there. Count's going to go and run full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Count knotted up. Let's see if Fuentes tries to blow a fastball by him. Zachary looks to be geared up and ready to go. Pitch on its way. Curveball left up in the zone. That's 4 wide ones, and now facing one of the top hitters in all of the FCBL, Eric Hamilton. Hamilton has been nothing short of phenomenal early on in the year. .337 average with 8 doubles, 31 hits, 32 RBIs. He's got more RBIs than hits to go along with 7 dingers. The righty will stand in, who can absolutely mash. Slightly open stance, standing upright. He will wait Fuentes to set, as he does. Now kick up and deliver. First pitch fastball dots the outside corner. Good pitch there by Izzy. 0-1. Not a problem getting ahead of hitters so far for Mr. Fuentes. He's gotten ahead of all 3. Make that 4 hitters he's faced today. The 0-1 pitch is fouled off behind the dish. No balls and 2 strikes. No score here in the top of the first inning. There is a runner on first base. Al Zachary walked the last batter for the Pittsfield Suns. Roberts at short today, Chauvin at third, and Nick Conti, the second baseman. Over there patrolling first is Andrew Kendrick. At the 0-2 pitch to Hamilton, he shortens up his swing and lifts it up and out of play. Count stays 0-2. Defensively in the outfield for Bristol, Liam Scaffariello in center will be Logan Green and Frankie Gregoire in left. Behind the dish and battery mate with Fuentes, Chris Villa. The 0-2. Fastball challenged him, and he swings right through it. Fuentes strikes out 2 here in the first inning, and the Bristol Blues bat bottom of the first. Coming up next, no score yet in this one. Leading off for the Bristol Blues in the bottom of the first inning, the center fielder, number 19, Logan Green. Batting second for Bristol, the second baseman, Nick Conti. Batting third at first, Andrew Kendrick. In the cleanup spot today, the third baseman, Austin Chauvin. Batting fifth, Liam Scaffariello. In the sixth hole, the DH, Zach Scott. Batting seventh, playing position number 7 in left field, Frankie Gregoire. Batting eighth, the shortstop, Tyler Roberts, and rounding out the lineup for the Blues, Chris Villa. First pitch to Logan Green misses, 1-0, and the second one right at the knees, called a strike, 1 ball and 1 strike. On the bump today for the visitors, Craig Lacey delivers a 1-1 changeup, called a strike, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch is another off-speed one. This one, however, misses the strike zone. It is now 2-2. Logan tomahawks this one into foul territory, spikes it at the shin protectors of the catcher, Justin Mornhart. Count stays 2-2. Dropping the hands and into the motion there is the starter, Lacey. Logan Green throws the hands at it and laces a line shot into center field. Did not waste much time to get the first base hit of the ballgame to the Bristol Blues, the leadoff man. Logan Green rips a shot to center. 1 man up, 1 runner on. Leadoff base hit for Logan Green. The batter now, Nick Conti. Lacey now comes set at the belt buckle. First pitch to Conti is over for a strike, 0-1. Pickoff move to first, back in there safely by just a hair is Logan Green. Count remains 0-1. Conti with a slightly open stance on his front toe here on the front foot. Toe taps and lifts one into shallow right field. Second baseman will go back and make the basket grab. Conti pops out to second base here to record the first out in the bottom of the first inning. Now batting for the Blues, their first baseman, hitting .229 on the season, Andrew Kendrick. The righty, Kendrick, will stand in. Native of Springfield, Missouri. Takes a first pitch fastball, 0-1. Green waits over there at first base, now gets his lead off. Starter for the Suns, Craig Lacey, picks off to first base once again. And for the second time in the first inning, nothing doing. Green back there safely. Still an 0-1 count. Oh, 1 pitch is a line shot to left center field. That ball will get down and split the outfielders. Rounding second, heading into third is Logan Green. Andrew Kendrick with a 1-out base knock that advances the leadoff man, Green, from first to third, and the Blues are threatening here in the first inning. Runners on the corners, 1 out for the cleanup hitter from St. Mary's College in California, Austin Chauvin. Coming out behind the dish is the catcher, Justin Mornhart. He will flash the first and third signs for his infielders, and Craig Lacey is ready to go. Lace will set and deliver a first pitch fastball. This one is hummed in there and now tripped down the third baseline. Slips into foul ground. 0-1. Lacey now checks in. He will get the signal. Chauvin awaits the 0-1. The 0-1 is bounced in there. Kendrick gets a big secondary. Thinks better of it. Smothered in there by Mornhart. Retreating back to first base is Kendrick. First and third, 1 ball and 1 strike. Blues have 2 hits here in the bottom of the first inning. 1 off the bat of Logan Green, and the next off the bat of Andrew Kendrick. As Chauvin grounds back to the pitcher, Logan Green gets caught into no man's land. He goes up halfway down the line, and then Craig Lacey stares at him, runs him down, and throws it to home to record the out. So Logan Green is cut out at home plate. Austin Chauvin will reach on a fielder's choice. Kendrick advances to second base, and there's a man in scoring position with 2 outs for Liam Scaffarillo. Two outs here for Big Scaff. Scaff takes a bender that skips away from the catcher in just enough territory where you would think Kendrick would be able to advance to third base. However, he did not get good vision on that one and stays at second. He'll be on second base with 2 outs, still on a base hit. He should be able to score anywhere it's hit. This one grounded hard to the shortstop. Tommy Hughes will catch it off a bounce, and the Blues threaten here with 2 base hits in the first inning, but come up empty-handed. We head to the top of the second inning. The second inning will be brought to you by the Bristol Press. A big hit every day, the Bristol Press. Second inning of baseball coming up next. This is Bristol Blues Baseball. Top of the second inning. Here from beautiful Muzzy Field, Izzy Fuentes back on the knoll for the Bristol Blues. He will kick up into the motion. First pitch, fastball inside corner, and a good one, 0-1. Leading off the second inning for the Suns, Justin Moornhart, their catcher. He now takes a fastball that misses up, 1-1. Moornhart hitting .250 on the air. He's good for a base knock a game. Shoots a line shot back at Izzy, knocks it down with the glove and throws it up the line there at first base. Kendrick stretches out for it. As Moornhart crashes into him, he's able to make the grab. 1 up and 1 down. And big number 40, the second baseman, John Nolette, the batter for Pittsfield. Nolette, not your typical second baseman. 6'2", 200 pounds. The Stores, Connecticut native, gets to come back home to match up with the Bristol Blues. Being from Stores, surprised he didn't choose the home school of UConn. He decided to go down the road in Bryant, and they had themselves a pretty good ball club this year. Reached, I believe, as high up as 16th in the nation at one point. Nolette swings through a fastball here. Count now 0-2. Fuentes will now rock back into the windup. Time is called by Nolette and granted by the home plate umpire. Fuentes stops his motion, gets back on the bump, ready to work. And the 0-2 is a fastball that misses way up out of the zone. 1 ball and 2 strikes here to John Nolette. 1-2 pitch is one that bounces in the dirt. Check swing, and Nolette went too far. Third strikeout of the ball game for Izzy Fuentes. The batter now, the DH, Colin Ridley. Getting some extra ABs for Colin Ridley, the designated hitter today. Hitting a .182 on the season, not quite to the Mendoza line. The lefty sporting a nice little red bat today to match Pittsfield's black and red colors. Swings way late on a fastball, a little bit tardy, 0-1. On deck for the visitors, one of the best names in the league this year, Spencer Tinkle. And the 0-1 pitch kicked up and hummed in there. It was a change piece that was fouled to the back of the screen, 0-2. Izzy ahead of yet another Pittsfield Suns batter, pounding the strike zone early on. Elevated fastball, a check swing. Ridley did not go too far, and the count now 1-2. Slightly open stance here for Colin. He awaits Fuentes' 1-2. 1-2 is ripped back up the middle. A 2-out base hit is the first base hit of the afternoon for the Suns. Off the bat of DH, Colin Ridley. So the skipper for the Pittsfield Suns pushing all the right buttons here in the lineup. Going with his gut instinct. The DH hitting 182 and bingo bango. First AB, base knock, raising the average. Now the batter will be the third baseman, number 27, Spencer Tinkle. Tinkle will have a slightly open stance. Stands at the back of the right-handed batter's box as Izzy Fuentes drops one over to first base. The pickoff move back there safely is Ridley. Ground ball up the middle. Conti will field it on the backhand, touch second base. Spencer Tinkle goes down on a fielder's choice. Bottom of the second inning coming up next. The Pittsfield Suns get a base runner, but nothing more. Bottom 2. DH, Zach Scott, Frankie Gregoire, and Tyler Roberts all due up for the Blues. Now batting for the Blues, the designated hitter, number 2, Zach Scott. Last night, Zach Scott picked up 2 hits in the ballgame at Wachusett. Picked up his average near the Mendoza line here for the Blues. He takes the first pitch strike, 0-1. And the 0-1 pitch is a changeup low and outside. It skips in there, but Zach obliges and swings at it anyways. He's now down in the count, 0-2. Starter for Pittsfield, Craig Lacey, worked around 2 base hits in the first inning, and the Blues had runners on the corners with less than 2 outs. They were unable to come away with the run, and that brings us here to the second inning. No score, and Zach Scott laces a line shot single to left field. Charging in to make the play there is Trent Bryan. He'll pick it up off a couple of hops. Flip it on into the infield, and now with the leadoff man on, Frankie Gregoire, the batter. So Zach Scott leads off another inning with a base hit for the Bristol Blues. And now Frankie, who's really heated up of late, bats in the 7 hole for the Blues. First pitch swinging for Frank, lifts it off the screen, down the first base line, in foul ground. 0-1. Before the 0-1 is thrown on, another pickoff move there to first base. Nothing doing as Scott retreats safely. Frankie awaits the 0-1 pitch. It bounces in there. Good pickup by the catcher, Mortenhart. Count now, 1 ball and 1 strike. Defensively, behind Lacey today, Eric Hamilton at first. Nolet, the second baseman. Tommy Hughes at short, and Spencer Tinkle, the third baseman. Trent Bryan in left field. Al Zachary in center, and patrolling right, Brian Moski. Gregoire awaits a 2-1 pitch. Missing, low, and outside. 3 balls and a strike here for Frankie Gregoire. The count matching the jersey number of the Blues left fielder, 3-1 or 31. Pickoff move back to first base. In and out of the glove of Eric Hamilton. Zach Scott was safe regardless. Lacey now comes set at the belt buckle. He flips in a fastball that is shot out of play. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The count now runs full on the Blues left fielder and freshman All-American from Marist College, Frankie Gregoire. 3-2 pitch is a good one. Slider started on the outer third and dipped low and outside. Gregoire threw the hands at it and Q shotted it into foul ground. Count stays 3-2. Three-two pitch is hammered to center field. Going back will be the center fielder, Zachary, and that one is off the base of the wall. Scott will round third and score with ease. And Frankie Gregoire with a mammoth double to dead center field. Gregoire hits it off the base of the wall, off the ELS studio sign in dead center field, and the Bristol Blues draw first blood. Scott scores from first base, and now Tyler Roberts to bat for Bristol. Man on second, nobody out, and the Blues lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. First pitch fastball to Roberts. Pops the leather of the catcher, Mornhart. 0-1. Lacey now comes set, and the 0-1 pitch is wide of the strike zone, 1-1. On deck for the Bristol Blues is the catcher, Chris Villa. Roberts gets a 1-1 pitch that he smacks to center field. Charging will be the center fielder, Zachary. Roberts hit it on the screws. A line shot right at the center fielder. He goes down on a line out to position number 8. For those of you scoring this one at home, good piece there by Tyler. Nothing to show for it. The batter now, Chris Villa. Villa will utilize the back of the right-handed batter's box as he checks his swing. Called a strike anyways. 0-1. A runner at second base for Bristol is the RBI man, Frankie Gregoire. RBI double plated Zach Scott from first base. An 0-1 pitch is fouled up and onto Muzzy Street here, parallel with Muzzy Field. No balls and 2 strikes. After Villa, the lineup will turn over for Logan Green. 0-2 pitch is a slider that buckles the knees of Villa. He will go down looking in a 2-out RBI chance for Logan Green. Logan Green with a big cheering section here today at the home of the Bristol Blues, Muzzy Field. Green takes a first pitch slider in for a strike, 0-1. Gregoire extends his lead at second, now past the inlet of the grass there at second base. Lacey taking too much time here for Logan. He'll go up with the right arm and call for time. It's granted by the home plate umpire. Now Lacey gets ready to go. The 0-1 pitch is yet another curveball and yet another strike. Logan Green must have saw something he liked there because he put everything he had into that ball swing. But nothing but a breeze off that bat. It's 0-2. 0-2 pitch is a line shot that'll get in front of the left fielder, Brian. He will come up and make the throw to home. Play at the plate to no avail as Frankie Gregoire comes in with ease, standing up as he scores. A 2-out RBI single by Logan Green, who advances to second base on the throw to the plate. Blues lead 2-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. This is a big game for the Blues. They sit right at the 10-10 mark, tied with the Pittsfield Suns. After a lashing last night, they lost for the first time against the Wachusett Dirt Dogs. This one was 15-3. The first pitch by Conti is grounded softly into center field, and Logan Green will come around and score. A hit parade here in the second inning. 3 hits here in the second. Plate 3 runs. 6 hits now in the ball game for the Bristol Blues. Nick Conti picks up the last RBI. And now Andrew Kendrick with his turn to get an opportunity to add to his 1 base hit he's got in this ball game. Lacey will step off the back of the bump and now get ready to work. First pitch to Kendrick. He takes 0-1. Conti, first pitch swinging. It was just a ground ball right back up the middle. Not too much on it. The ball had eyes on it and got underneath the glove of John Nolet, the second baseman. And the Blues now lead 3-0 here early on in this ball game. The 0-1 pitch is another slider. This one waved at and missed by Kendrick. 0-2. And the 0-2 pitch. Ground ball to short. Charging hard is Tommy Hughes. He will make the play on the run. Kendrick is retired, and so are the Blues, but not after the damage is done. 4 hits here in the bottom of the second inning, and the Blues plate 3 runs. The big one coming off the RBI double off the bat of Frankie Gregoire. We head to the third. Blues lead 3-0. Leading off here in the third inning of play for the Pittsfield Suns will be number 36, the left fielder, Trent Bryan. Bryan, a native of Miami Beach, Florida. He's going to get himself a fine baseball season here with the Pittsfield Suns, but when he returns to school, even a finer education. Hailing from the established University of Harvard. Takes the first pitch of the at-bat, 0-1, and now shoots a ground ball over there to Nick Conti at second base. He may go down on a ground out to the second baseman here in the top of the third inning, but I will give him that. He's going to have one heck of a degree when he finishes school at Harvard. Baseball doesn't work out for the kid. I'm sure life will be just fine. Brian Moskey, the leadoff hitter here for Pittsfield, struck out to start off the ball game. Now batting for the second time, this one in the third inning. Fuentes pumps it up a little bit on that one. It'll miss inside, 1-0. 1-0 pitch showing bunt here is Moskey. Into foul ground it goes. Foul ball. 1-1. Fuentes taking his time here early on in the third inning, spinning a gem, a one-hitter through 2 1/3. Just misses with this one, a little bit low. Count now 2-1. On deck for the Suns, number 12, Tommy Hughes. Swings right through a fastball here, a little bit of Swiss cheese in the bat of Brian Moskey. It's 2-2. Two-two pitch, grounded softly over towards short. Roberts will backhand and throw on the run. Nice play there by Tyler Roberts. That was a soft ground ball in between Roberts and Chauvin. Thought Austin was going to be able to cut that one off and make the play, but the shortstop Roberts calls him off, backhands it, and throws on the run. Pretty play there by the shortstop Tyler Roberts. And Fuentes is working with 2 outs here in the top of the third inning. Tommy Hughes flew out to right field. A pretty nice play over there in right in the first inning by Liam Scaffarillo, a sliding grab. And now Tommy Hughes in search of his first hit of the afternoon. He'll take a fastball, call the strike, 0-1. The Chino Hills native on the bump for the Blues today. Now bounces one in there about 58 feet away from home plate. Villa smothers it and returns the ball back to Izzy. 1-1. Blues donning their home whites today. White pants, white tops, Blues scripted across the chest. The 1-1 pitch is a fastball that is right at the front knee of Tommy Hughes. Count now 1-2. Blues lead 3-0 here after picking up 3 runs in the bottom of the second inning. Fuentes looks in and picks up the sign from Villa. 1-2 pitch, misses outside, hit the glove of Villa, must have been set up just a little bit too far outside. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes for the shortstop from Oklahoma. Oklahoma shortstop now grounds it to Conti. He gets 2 grounders this inning, completes both plays. We head to the bottom of the third inning here at historic Muzzy Field, and the Blues lead 3-0. Bottom of the third inning, Austin Chauvin, the third baseman for the Bristol Blues, to lead it off. Takes the first pitch, called a strike, 0-1. Now Chavo gets ready to work against Craig Lacey. Lacey whips a curveball in here, missing, 1-1. Lacey using the full arsenal here against Austin Chauvin in his second at-bat. Austin grounded into a fielder's choice, his first plate appearance. He's 0-1. Now Craig will drop in a curveball. This one bounces in there, blocked by the catcher Mornhart. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Liam Scafariello due up next for the Bristol Blues. Scaff also would have reached on a fielder's choice, however, it ended the inning. And the full count pitch to Austin is a slider that runs outside away from the dish. He will draw a leadoff walk, and now that gives Scaff an opportunity to move him up. So Chauvin will reach first base safely here to lead off the inning. The right fielder, Scafariello, due up. He takes a slider that is smothered by the catcher Mornhart. He's really getting his work in there today. 1-0. A ball and no strikes for Big Scaff. Gets another one that bounces in there. Same pitch, same location, and yes, same result, 2-0. The 2-0 pitch to Liam. Misses low, and now underneath the glove of Mornhart. It skips behind him all the way to the wall. Man on second base, nobody out, in a 3-0 count to Liam. Liam hitting .290 on the season, has 2 home runs, 10 walks, and 4 RBIs for the Bristol Blues. Scaff's played in 12 games, this one being his 13th here today. 3-0 pitch is a fastball up with the right arm, goes the home plate umpire. It's now 3-1. Instead of disagreeing with the signal from the catcher, Lacey just steps off to get a new set of signs. He'll check second base for Chauvin and miss with that fastball. Back-to-back walks here in the third inning give the Blues 2 base runners with nobody out. Zach Scott, the batter for Bristol, after the mound visit between Mornhart and Lacey. Scott fell down in the count in his first at-bat, 1-2. Then he got a fastball low and away that he put a good swing on. A line shot in front of the left fielder, Trent Bryan, to reach first base. Scott then scored on the RBI double off the bat of Frankie Gregoire. The Blues lead 3-0 here in the bottom of the third inning as Zach swings at a first pitch changeup, 0-1. No balls and a strike to Zach. Second pitch of the AB misses, 1-1. A ball and a strike to Zachary Scott. Now this one a changeup that bounces as it crosses the dish. 2-1, a great hitter's count. Searching for fastball all the way will be Zach Scott. He got the fastball he liked, just couldn't quite barrel it up, didn't get the hands in quick enough, fouled it off the label, down off the shin. It'll skip toward the Blues dugout, and the count stays, or the count moves to 2-2. We're in the third inning. Third inning is brought to you by Thomaston Savings Bank, committed to the community. Scott will work the back of the left-handed batter's box. He awaits the 2-2 pitch from the righty from Bryant University, Craig Lacey. The fastball to Zach misses outside. Now the count runs full yet again. Lacey throwing a lot of pitches early on, and he's in danger of walking his third batter here in the third inning. The 3-2 pitch is lifted down the left field line. It'll drop in there safely. Caroming into each other are the shortstop, Tommy Hughes, and the left fielder, Trent Bryan. As they collide, it looks like nobody is injured, but Zach Scott couldn't have placed a better sand wedge off the bat, that's for sure. He got that one and just skied it in the air to shallow left field. Back went Hughes and in came Bryan, but nobody was able to come up with the baseball. That'll go down as a base hit, so Zach Scott is 2 for 2 on the day. For the big bat of Frankie Gregoire, doubled and played a run in his first at-bat. Here in the third, it comes his second, taking a fastball that misses up and out of the zone, 1-0. One ball and no strikes here to Frankie. Gets a pitch he likes. It was a slider that he was sitting on. Threw the barrel at it and lifted it high, up and out of play. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch to Mr. Gregoire. Ripped to left center field. That ball is up and out of here. A home run for Frankie Gregoire, and he got all of that one. Let the big boy eat here at Muzzy Field. A big day for Frankie Gregoire. A grand salami, and the Blues lead 7-0 here at Muzzy Field. Well, how about that? Last night, the Bristol Blues get beat 15-3. Left the locker room a little bit disgruntled, and they're taking it out on the Pittsfield Suns today. 7-0 after the grand slam by Frankie Gregoire. And that one was an absolute no-doubter to left center field. Tyler Roberts now bats his first pitch swinging. He rolls one over to the second baseman, John Nolette. That'll be the first out here in the third inning. Roberts goes down 4-3, but Gregoire, 2 consecutive innings with 2 big blasts. One, a line shot double off the center field wall, and then that one, an absolute no-doubter to left center field. With one out here in the inning, Chris Villa to bat. Villa struck out looking in the second inning, taking a first pitch slider for a strike here in the third. Villa checks his swing down in the count 0-2, gets a piece. Count stays, no balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch is in on the hands. Villa barrels it up and grounds it through the left side of the infield. Base knock there for Chris Villa. And now Logan Green to bat for Bristol. He's 1 for 2 on. Nope, check that. He's 2 for 2 on the day. Base knocks in the first and second inning. He gets his third AB here in the third inning. Third at bat in as many innings for Logan Green. Bats have come alive here at Muzzy Field for the Bristol Blues. No count here to Logan. First pitch swinging. Taps this one in foul ground. Conti will make the play in the on-deck circle. Man at first is Chris Villa. Man in the box, Logan Green. Green swings and grounds one to first. Hamilton Fields makes the play to second for one, and not in time to make it back to the base there was Hamilton. Logan Green reaches base for the third time in as many innings. However, this one by way of the fielder's choice. Nick Conti to bat with a man on and 2 outs. Conti first pitch swinging in his last at-bat was good for a base hit. He takes this fastball inside, and now the count 1-0. A ball and no strikes here to Nicholas. He takes a slider that misses outside, 1-1. Nope, check that, 2-0. Two balls and no strikes to Nick Conti. 2-0 pitch misses low. It's now 3-0. Taking all the way here will be Nick. Pickoff move back to first base on a 3-0 count. Not going anywhere is Logan Green. He will stand back up at first base safely. There is some action in the Pittsfield bullpen. Number 7, Nick Ari from St. Peter's University up in the pen. 3-0 pitch is over for a strike. It's now 3-1. Conti takes a 3-1 fastball. Called a strike. Now the count runs full. Two outs, and the runner is off as Conti gets one that kicks into fair territory down the right field line. That'll be extra bases for Nick Conti. Good things happen when you put the bat on the ball. Nick Conti, in a 3-2 count, gets a slider away, throws the bat head at it, and just gets enough to lift it over the first baseman Hamilton's head, and it drops down in fair territory near the right field line. Conti with a 2-out double, his second hit of the afternoon. 7-0 ball game. Blues with the lead. Now the pitching coach for the Pittsfield Suns will come out to have a brief mound visit with Craig Lacey. Things went from just all right to terrible for the Pittsfield Suns here in the third inning. Back-to-back walks for Lacey, and then Zach Scott had a cheap E-base knock. That brought up the big hitter in Frankie Gregoire, who left an absolutely no-doubter to left center field. Grand slam. Plated 4 runs here in the third, and don't look now, but the Blues lead 7-0. First pitch to Kendrick is a ball, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch is in there for a strike, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch is flipped into the dish and catches the outer third. Kendrick swings through it, 1-2. 1-2 pitch, a bender that misses low. 2 balls and 2 strikes here for the Bristol Blues. First baseman Andrew Kendrick. He gets one he likes, and he lifts it to deep left center field. Going back is the center fielder Zachary. He will now turn and make the play. But the Blues get 4 off the big blast by Frankie Gregoire. We head to the top of the 4th inning. This is Bristol Blues baseball. It's a 7-0 ball game, and well, that's all you need when your ace is on the bump. Izzy Fuentes comes into the ball game searching for his first victory, sitting on a .52 ERA. Well, at this point, it really does seem like Izzy's going to get off the snide and pick up that first W this season. Leading off for Pittsfield here in the top of the fourth inning is Al Zachary. One ball and no strikes here to the Pittsfield center fielder. Izzy evens up the count here, 1-1. 1-1 pitch is a fastball that slaps the rawhide of the catcher via. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 pitch, line shot to left field. Greg Wow will give chase, and it'll get down in fair territory. That'll be extra bases for Al Zachary. He's rounding second, thinking about testing it for a triple, but he will sit at second base safely. A 2-bagger for the center fielder, Al Zachary, gives Pittsfield their second hit of the ball game for the masher that is Eric Hamilton. Zachary got, well, the first hittable pitch today and put it right down that left field line for the first extra base hit for the Pittsfield Suns. Fuentes has got to go right through the heart of the lineup here. 3-4-5 in the fourth inning. First pitch to Hamilton is over, swung on and missed for a strike, 0-1. Fuentes now checks second once, kicks up, and delivers a ground ball right at the shortstop. Roberts Fields makes the throw with ease. Hamilton cut down for the second time today, this one by way of the ground out to the shortstop. 6-3 for those of you scoring this one back at home. Now batting, number 6, the catcher, Justin Mournhart. Mournhart laced a soft line shot back to Izzy Fuentes. In the second inning, he knocked it down and made the play to first. He was retired, 1-3. Man on second, 1 out. And a fastball ties the hands up there, 0-1. The Blues tied with the Suns here in the Western Division, 10-10. Both 4.5 games behind the Worcester Bravehearts, who sit atop of the division with a 14-5 record. The Blues have dropped 3 straight, and they really look to get back into the win column, and it's looking good early on in this ballgame. We're through 3 innings, and the Blues lead 7-0. Mournhart down on the count here, 0-2. Fuentes will set at the Blues, scripted across the chest. Check second once, and now hum in another fastball. This one is lifted up and out of Muzzy Field into the mezzine behind the dish. Count stays, no balls and 2 strikes. Fuentes checks in with Villa. He gathers the signals and utilizes the slide step as the line shot's lifted down the left field line. That ball will hook out of play. Count remains 0-2. The 0-2 pitch yet again. This one off the end of the bat, charging hard will be Gregoire. Zachary's going to round third and try to score. He will with ease as Frankie delivers the throw into second base. So Pittsfield gets a run here in the fourth inning off the RBI single from Justin Mornhart. Al Zachary doubles and scores here in the fourth. And now the batter will be number 40, John Nolette. Nolette struck out swinging. He was the last strikeout in the ballgame for Izzy Fuentes in his first at-bat. Middle of the infield is in double play depth, and it's one of the best double play combos you'll find in all of the league. Conti and Roberts. Fuentes, first pitch fastball outside corner, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch is a slider. Hits the exact same location on that outer third. Count 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes here to Nolette. A curveball that buckles the knees, but he threw the bat head at it and just luckily made some contact to stay alive. Nolette lives to see another day against the Chino Hills native, Israel Fuentes. On deck for the Suns, the DH, Colin Ridley. Ridley is 1 for 1 on the day. This 0-2 breaker simply just doesn't break. It stays up and out of the zone, 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes here to Nolette. Fastball way late on that one. He'll go down on strikes. Now up, Colin Ridley. So Nolette strikes out for the second time in as many at-bats. That brings the K count today up to 4 for Mr. Fuentes. Left-handed hitting designated hitter Colin Ridley at the dish. White batting gloves, long gray pants, black top with Pittsfield scripted across the chest in white. Red numbering on the front for the Suns and big white numbers on the back. Fuentes, his first pitch, misses a hair too much inside, 1-0. 1-0 pitch is lifted high in the air, deep down the left field line, but that one will land into foul territory. A long strike there on Colin Ridley. Fuentes having a phenomenal year early on so far this season. He's gone 20 2/3 innings pitched, surrendering just 2 earned runs. Under a 1 ERA so far in the season for Israel Fuentes. This will be a high fly ball over toward right center. Logan Green will walk over, camp under it, and catch the can of corn. Pittsfield gets 1 here in the 4th inning. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Blues lead 7-1. Austin Chauvin will lead off the bottom of the fourth inning here at Muzzy Field against a new pitcher for the Pittsfield Suns. It is the lefty from St. Peter's University, Nick Eyre. Eyre, a Hillsdale, New York native, will work the third base side of the rubber as he toes the slab. He gets ahead of Austin with the first pitch fastball, and now evens the count up as this one misses inside 1-1. The 1-1 pitch is grounded softly into foul territory down the third base line, 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch misses. 2 balls and 2 strikes. This one evened up at 2s. Eyre now kicks up into the motion. 2-2 pitches, a curveball, and he gave it a lot of time to curve. That one came in there at about 67 miles an hour. Chauvin just couldn't wait back on it. He goes down swinging for the first out here in the fourth. New batter for Bristol, Liam Scaffariello. Scaff awaits the first pitch from Eyre. It is a curveball. He's treated with a lot of first pitch curveballs. I guess that just comes with the territory from being 6'4", 245 pounds. People a little bit intimidated and don't want to give you a fastball middle in. The 1-0 pitch is a bouncer to second. Quick play being made there by the second baseman, John Nolette, but the big boy can scoot down the line. It was a close play at first. The foot of Eric Hamilton came off the bag, and we'll see if the official scorer gives Liam a hit with that one. It looks like he will, and Liam picks up his first base hit of the ball game. Zach Scott, 2 for 2 on the day, now batting for the Blues. First pitch to Zach is a fastball on the outer third, 0-1. Eyre will now come set. Up above the shoulders he sets, now works the hands down into the motion. This one dots the knees, pretty pitch there. 0-2. Scaff with a very short leadoff over that first base. He's not going anywhere. Soft ground ball to the second baseman. They will field at second for 1. First, not in time. Zach Scott reaches base yet again, but this one, a fielder's choice. He now is 2 for 3 on the day. Pitching change for Pittsfield, as always, is brought to you by Muzzy Field. Historic book about this historic venue. Well written by Doug Milan. Check it out online at Amazon.com today. Now the big boy, Frankie Gregoire. Grand slam in his last at-bat and first pitch swing in here in his third appearance of the day. Lifts this one high in the air down the right field line. It'll hook foul, 0-1. Gregoire with a double and a home run. Single and triple away from the cycle in the fourth inning. Blues lead 7-1 and an 0-1 count on Frankie. He leaves the strike zone here with that fastball. It is 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. Gregoire behind them the count here. Scott with a large leadoff over there at first, especially with this lefty on the bump not seeing a move. Haven't seen a move until just right now. Probably not his best out of the lefty, Nick Eyre. Forces Zach Scott to retreat back to the bag. Still 0-2 on Gregoire. Pickoff move yet again, and Scott retreats, standing up this time. Gregoire still standing in the right-handed batter's box, awaiting the 0-2 pitch. This one grounded hard down the third base line. It is a fair ball past the outstretched glove of Spencer Tinkle. Throw into second base. They will cut Gregoire down. He tried to extend that one into two, and he goes down. The Blues threaten but do not score here in the fourth. Top of the fifth inning coming up next, and this is Bristol Blues Baseball. Top of the fifth inning here at Muzzy Field, leading it off for the Suns, the third baseman, Spencer Tinkle. Takes the strike out of the right arm of Fuentes. It is 0-1. It is working quickly, by his standards at least, here on the top of the fifth inning. No balls and 2 strikes for the Suns' third baseman. 0-2 pitch. Check swing, skips to the back of the screen. Luckily, he did not go. 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes here to number 27, Tinkle. Ground ball up the middle. It will scoot through and kick up to the center fielder, Logan Green. A leadoff base hit here for the Suns. And the Blues lead 7-1 in the top of the fifth inning. Due up for Pittsfield, the left fielder, Trent Bryan. Trent Bryan is 0 for 1 on the day, grounded out to Nick Conti. Conti and Roberts in double play depth here for the Blues. Chauvin a step behind the bag here at third. Kendrick holding on the runner there at first base. As Fuentes now really taking his time. Steps off, gathers his thoughts, and now will come set at the letters. Utilizing the slide step here is Izzy. This fastball a hair too low, 1-0. A ball and no strikes here to Bryan. This one lifted in the air down the left field line, kicking up and out of play, 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. The fastball misses up and in. 2-1. Two balls and a strike here to the 9-hole hitter for the Suns, Trent Bryan. Man at first is the third baseman, Spencer Tinkle, who led off the inning with a base hit. 2-1 pitch now misses inside. 3-1. Fuentes still working that first base side of the rubber. Comes set, kicks up, and whips in yet another fastball. This one misses low, and the first 2 runners here in the 5th inning reach base safely as the lineup rolls over for Brian Moskey. Two men on, nobody out here for the leadoff man for the Suns. Now he takes up and in. Fuentes struggling a little bit to command the strike zone in the 5th inning. Blues lead 7-1. They also lead in the hit column 12-4. Runner on second is Tinkle, and the runner at first is Trent Bryan. The 1-0 pitch, fastball, and a good one. 1-1. A ball and a strike to count. Now 1-2. As Moskey swings through that one. A ball and 2 strikes. Fuentes looks in and now will come set. Check second base once. And this fastball misses outside. It is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody up in the Blues bullpen. This is Fuentes is hitting to work. Izzy will cut down Moskey for the second time today with his second swinging strikeout. That brings the K count up to 5 on the ball game for Mr. Izzy Fuentes. Tommy Hughes, the batter, with 1 out in the top of the 5th inning. Middle of the infield pinched into double play depth. Rolling a DP ball would just be fabulous to get the Bristol Blues back in the dugout ready to swing the sticks. This one lifted in the air to shallow right field. Scaff will charge hard, make the play. No tag out of the runner for Pittsfield. Al Zachary now batting for the Suns. Zachary has been the only hitter to take advantage of anything or any mistake that the righty Fuentes has made. He walked in the 1st inning and then knocked a double down the left field line in the 4th inning. He's 1 for 1 on the day. First pitch misses outside, 1-0. Zachary coming into today's ball game is hitting .329, and that average will rise up a little bit with the base hit produced in the 4th inning. Evening the count up here is the Blues righty, 1-1. A ball and a strike, and a ground ball Diving play made by Conti. Picks it up, picks it at first base is Kendrick, and a good play there by Nick Conti to save a run for the Bristol Blues. We head to the bottom of the fifth inning. Blues lead 7-1. Batting for the Blues in the bottom of the fifth inning is number 5, Tyler Roberts. Roberts will watch a first pitch fastball, missed the zone, 1-0. Ty 0 for 2 on the day. He lined out to the center fielder in the second inning and then grounded out to second in the third. 1-0 pitch is a curveball. The lollipop curve just drops right into the strike zone. Roberts not looking for it. 1-1. 1-1 pitch is a fastball. Calling off the third baseman is Tommy Hughes. He will make the play and retire Roberts for the first out here in the fifth inning. And the batter for the Blues, number 4, Chris Villa. First pitch to Villa is a bender, missing low, 1-0. Fifth inning here at Muzzy Field is brought to you by RGD Technologies. Precision Manufacturing Services, RGD Technologies. Air evens up the count, 1-1, and delivers yet another curveball. This Yellowhammer misses the strike zone. 2-1. 2-1 pitch. Line shot right at the right fielder. Mosky retires via a good old Adam ball. Hit it on the screws, but it was right at the right fielder. 2 up and 2 down here in the fifth. Logan Green, 2 for 3 on the day. Bats for the 4th time here in the fifth inning. Green down on the count. 0-1. It's that first pitch fastball. Pops the leather of Moorhide in the zone. The 0-1 pitch, a curveball, using it all so far, is Nick Ayer to the leadoff man, Green. The 0-2 pitch is a fastball. A ball and 2 strikes to count to the outfielder from the University of Massachusetts Amherst, Logan Green. He gets a feathery curveball outside that he dabbles with, but is unable to come up with contact. Green will go down swinging here in the 5th. Down go the Blues in order for the first time today. We head to the top of the 6th inning. This is Bristol Blues baseball, and your Blues lead 7-1. Four, 5, 6 due up for the Pittsfield Suns here in the 6th inning. Fuentes returns to the mound to work for the Bristol Blues. So far, Izzy has gone 5 innings, giving up 4 hits and just 1 run. He will slowly get into the windup, and the first pitch fastball misses low. Eric Hamilton, for the first time today, is ahead in the count. He gets ahead in the count, and the 1-0 fastball is a frozen rope to center field. Izzy's done a good job of keeping Hamilton off the base path so far. But right there, he shows you why he is one of the best hitters in all of the league. Hitting .337 with 7 home runs. Eric Hamilton hits a frozen rope to center field. His first hit of the ball game. That'll bring up the catcher, Justin Mornhart. It was a matter of time before Hamilton got on base. Just lucky that he got his base knock while no one else was on. Fuentes now in the stretch. She utilizes the slide step quite a bit out of the stretch. And now Mornhart, station to station, moving up are the Pittsfield Suns. He'll rip a line shot through the right side of the infield. Back-to-back base hits. And the Suns have something brewing. Second baseman John Nolette, now the batter. Jacob Wallace, the right arm, warming up in the bullpen for the Bristol Blues right now. First pitch, breaker, misses. The zone inside. 1-0 to John Nolette, who struck out twice against Fuentes in this ballgame. Izzy's got his number. Let's see if he can continue to have it as he evens up this count 1-1. A ball and a strike to the second baseman from Bryant University. It's a curveball left up in the zone. It's now 2-1. Fuentes attacking hitters all day. Fell behind a little bit in the 5th. And now falling behind each batter here in the 6th inning. The 2-1 count to know what? Fastball evens it up, 2-2. Beautiful day for baseball. First pitch, 81 degrees. It's cooled down a little bit since then, but still just a fine day to be out watching a ball game at Muzzy Field. 2-2 pitch on its way. Slider outside corner. He got him looking. Nolet strikes out for the 3rd time tonight, and that'll bring up Colin Ridley. Ridley 1 for 2. Flew out to the center fielder, Logan Green, his last at-bat. Villa flashing down the signs with Fuentes today. The battery, Fuentes and Villa. First pitch to Ridley. Fastball, 0-1. No balls and a strike here to the DH for the Suns. Fuentes checks second and now delivers an off-speed pitch. This one fouled off, not going anywhere, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes for the DH. Ridley, a sophomore at the University of Maine. He swings out of the strike zone there on an 0-2 count. Villa comes up with it. Back-to-back strikeouts there for Izzy Fuentes. And now the last man standing in his way before exiting this top of the 6th inning, Spencer Tinkle. He's 1 for 2 on the day, reached on a fielder's choice, and singled. Spence hitting 121 on the day. Izzy now comes set at the letters. Kicks up and delivers. First pitch swinging, up and out of play, 0-1. Izzy taking his time here as he tries to work through runners on first and second with 2 outs. 2 singles to start off the top of the 6th inning, and then back-to-back strikeouts. 0-1 pitch is a changeup left up out of the zone, 1-1. Ball and a strike and a fastball. Inside corner, call the strike, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, Fuentes ahead in the count. He kicks up and rifles a fastball just a bit outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the inning. Deuce is wild as Spencer Tinkle awaits the 2-2 pitch. Fastball in on the hand, shot down the right field line. That one will kick up. And on to Muzzy Street it goes. Trickles down the road, and a lucky neighbor of Muzzy Field will go home with a souvenir. Two balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here at Muzzy Field. The Bristol Blues lead the Pittsfield Suns 7-1, and they lead in the hit column by 6 as well, 12-6. Still no errors in the ball game, a clean baseball game by both sides. Ground ball to third base. Chauvin will field it with the bare hand. No, he won't. It'll trickle under the bare hand of Austin Chauvin. And Tinkle will be aboard with an infield base hit. Trent Bryan, who reached with a walk in the 5th inning, now bats with the bases loaded. Last time the bases were loaded in this ball game, Frankie Gregoire unloaded them all with a big blast. A grand slam off the bat of the Bristol Blues left fielder, Frankie Gregoire, plated 4 runs in the 3rd inning. And that was the last runs of the ball game for the Bristol Blues. They lead 7-1 here in the top of the 6th inning. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and Bryan the batter. First pitch swing in, and he was way late. Fuentes really taking his time here. One of the most deliberate pitchers in all of the league. Takes his time, gets everything set before delivering the 0-1. 0-1 is whipped in there. Yet another fastball. Misses by a hair, 1-1. A ball and a strike to Trent Bryan. Grounds it through the right side, and Nick Conti looks like he's coming up injured after laying out for that ball. 2 runs will score for Pittsfield. It is a 7-3 ball game, and manager Pat Riley out to the mound to have a conversation with Izzy Fuentes. It looks like he will go to the bullpen. Izzy's day is done. Runners on first and third. He's gone 5 2/3, and the Blues lead 7-3. Coming into this ball game will be Jacob Wallace. A fine day for Fuentes. He leaves with the Blues leading 7-3, and he is responsible for the runners on the corners. This is Bristol Blues Baseball, and we'll be back in just a brief moment. Jacob Wallace on in relief of Izzy Fuentes. This pitching change brought to you by Muzzy Field, the novel written about this historic venue by Doug Milan. Check it out on Amazon.com today. Jacob Wallace whips in a first pitch fastball to the leadoff man Moski. He's late on it. It is 0-1. Mosky 0 for 3 on the day. 2 strikeouts and a ground out to the shortstop, Tyler Roberts. Wallace comes set and delivers the sidewinding motion. Fastball runs a little bit too far inside at the ankles, 1-1. Runners on the corners, 2 outs and a 1-1 count. The Blues lead 7-3. Fuentes responsible for the runners, both at third and first base. Wallace's fastball misses. 2 balls and a strike here. The 2-1 pitch to the leadoff man for Pittsfield. In on the hands, it is playable down the right field line. However, just out of reach of Andrew Kendrick and Liam Scaffariello. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Jacob Wallace working his first batter of the ball game here in the top of the 6th inning. He will twirl the arm down and now comes set. Sidewinding motion right to the rear end of number 17, Mosky. He will be hit by pitch, and now Tommy Hughes to bat with the bases loaded and 2 outs. The frightening thing is Pittsfield isn't slam distance, and they have their 2-hole hitter up. Tommy Hughes without a home run on this season. So Wallace gets to work, and it looks like a foul ball off the bat. But back-to-back hit by pitches by Jacob Wallace will plate a run. And don't look now, folks. It's a 7-4 ball game. Pittsfield with 2 outs and the tying run on first base. Now, umpires will convene and have a conversation about it. From up here, it sounded like it hit off the bat first. The umpires convene and make the call, saying that the runner is awarded first base on the hit by pitch. It got the elbow guard. So Tommy Hughes is hit by the pitch. And the Blues have to go through the 3-hitter, Al Zachary, who's been hot today, to get out of this inning. 7-4 ball game, top of the 6th inning. Pittsfield got 1 in the 4th, cut the lead to 7-1. Now they pick up 3 so far in the 6th inning, and Wallace has found himself in a little bit of trouble. He will now kick up into the motion. First pitch fastball is lifted out of play, 0-1. The Suns have officially batted around here in the 6th inning. Al Zachary made the last out of the 5th inning and now bats here in the 6th. The 0-1. Curveball fouled off the bottom of the foot of Zachary. He's now down in the count, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. Wallace working the first base side of the rubber out of the windup. Changeup started on the outside corner and dove off the plate. 1-2. One-two pitch, waved at and missed. Wallace gets him to go down on strikes. His first strikeout of the day for Jacob Wallace. However, Pittsfield gets 3, and they cut the lead to 3. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning, and the Bristol Blues lead the Pittsfield Suns 7-4. Leading off the bottom of the 6th inning for the Bristol Blues is their second baseman, Nick Conti. Conti, 2 for 3 on the day, popped up to second to start off the ball game. Well, his offensive game. And then picked up a single and a double in the following innings. We are in the bottom of the 6th inning, and the Blues lead 7-4. Conti will face the lefty from St. Peter's University, Nick Eyre. Two balls and no strikes to Nick. Taking now 3-0. The Blues picked up 3 in the second inning and 4 in the third to garner a 7-0 lead. At that point, you thought this ball game was all but over with the ace of this Bristol Blues staff, Izzy Fuentes, on the bump. However, last inning, Pittsfield picked up 3 to go with their 1 in the 4th, and they cut the lead down to 3. They're well within slam distance, and now the Blues have a leadoff walk looking to pick up an insurance run. Insurance runs at Muzzy Field brought to you by CNI, Connecticut Network Insurance. Conti, the runner at first, reaching with a leadoff walk. Andrew Kendrick, now the batter for the Blues. First pitch, taking 0-1. Kendrick 1 for 3 on the day, singled in the first, grounded out to short, and flew out to center field so far. Eyre, the lefty, flicks in the curveball. It misses, 1-1. A ball and a strike to Kendrick, the first baseman from Youngstown State University. He fouls it a one-hopper to Austin Chauvin on the on-deck circle. 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to Kendrick. Throws the hands at it and a ground ball to second. 4, 6, 3. That is a double play. Close play at first base. Kendrick is called out. He disagrees with the call, but a double play ball off the bat of Andrew Kendrick. And Austin Chauvin to bat with the bases clear. Chauvin waits the first pitch from Eyre. He's 0 for 2 on the day with a walk, and now make that 1 for 3. As he laces a line shot down the left field line. And the shortstop, Tommy Hughes, tries to get it over to first to cut Chauvin down with an extended round of the bag. However, it hits him in the backside and just drops down the line. Chauvin with a 2-out base knock brings up Liam Scaffariello. Calling time over there at first is Austin. Granted by the infield ump. And now with 2 outs, Scaffariello awaits the lefty offering from Nick Eyre. It is a first pitch fastball. Liam with a huge swing, but comes up empty-handed. 0-1. Pickoff move to first base. Austin back there standing up safely. Count still 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch is a curveball and a dandy. Right at the knees, buckling them of Scaff. 0-2. Scaff down in the count, 0-2, takes a fastball that skips as it passes the back end of the plate, 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes here to Liam. He widens the base and shortens up the swing. But that one misses the zone. 2 balls and 2 strikes here for Scaff. Liam came into the day hitting .290. He is 1 for 2 on the day. He skies this one to the left side of the infield. Shortstop comes over, makes the play. Tommy Hughes retires Liam Scaffarillo. We head to the top of the 7th. This is Bristol Blues baseball. Top of the 7th inning, Blues lead 7-4. Due up for Pittsfield, Eric Hamilton, Justin Mordot, and John Nolet. 4-5-6 for Pittsfield due up. First pitch to Hamilton is a foul ball, 0-1. Grounder up the middle, out of the reach of Tyler Roberts. Hamilton's got his second hit and as many at-bats, back-to-back base knocks for Eric Hamilton. Justin Mordhart now batting for the Suns. So Hamilton was retired twice by Izzy Fuentes to start off the ball game. A strikeout and a grounder to Tyler Roberts at short. And then he's paired that up with back-to-back base hits. He stands at first with Mordhart, the catcher, in the left-handed batter's box. The left-handed hitting catcher for Pittsfield bats and swings at a first pitch fastball. It'll be a foul ball. 0-1. No balls and a strike to Pittsfield's catcher. Make that 0-2. 2 pitches, 2 consecutive foul balls. No balls and 2 strikes. Action in the visitors' bullpen. Number 11, Kevin Hassett, the junior from UMass, up in the pen for Pittsfield. Ground ball up the middle. Conti will field, step on the bag, throw to first. That is a double play, 4-3. Unassisted double play there off the bat of Justin Mordhart. And John Nolet, who is 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, looking to avoid the golden sombrero today, is John Nolet. Wallace works out of the windup. First pitch in on the hands, fouled out of play. 0-1. No balls and a strike, a slider outside. Checking his swing there is Nolet. He did not go too far. 1-1. A ball and a strike. Wallace bounces it in there. 2-1. Two balls and a strike. This one called one on the inside corner. 2-2. 2-2 pitch. In on the hands, grounded to the first baseman, Kendrick. He boots it, and now unable to make the play at first. E3, Andrew Kendrick unable to make the play on the routine ground ball. Colin Ridley, now the batter. Well, that was just about as routine of a grounder that you could find. Unsure how Kendrick was unable to come up with that one. Wallace slow to cover the bag at first. And E3 awards John Nolet his first time on base today. Now Ridley, way late on that fastball out of the right arm of Wallace. 0-1. No balls and a strike here to the DH for Pittsfield. Now this fastball runs high and tight, nicks the elbow of Ridley. He's now awarded first base, and there's two men on with two outs for the third baseman, Spencer Tinkle. One ball and no strikes here to the third baseman from Pittsfield. Grounder to second. Conti will field, go the easy way to second. Covering is Tyler Roberts. Pittsfield threatens but does not score here in the top of the seventh. It's stretch time, brought to you by the Hummel Brothers, the official hot dog of the Bristol Blues. Bottom of the 7th inning, and the Blues have the sticks. New pitcher on the bump for the visitors is number 11, Kevin Hassett. UMass Jr. from Springfield whips in the first pitch to Zach Scott. It misses 1-0. Zach swings at a 1-0 pitch, rips it down the right field line. That one will hook just barely foul by about 2 inches. That one picks up some chalk. That's extra bases for sure. Zach Scott already 2 for 3 on the day. Would have picked up another one to raise the average even more. On deck for the Bristol Blues is Frankie Gregoire. A double, a dinger, and a single. Now, just a triple shy of the cycle for the Blues left fielder, Frankie Gregoire. A ball and 2 strikes here to the Blues DH, Zach Scott. Hassett, the righty, in relief. Misses. Count now 2-2. Two-two pitch misses. Count now runs full here. On the DH, headed to St. Leo next season, Zach Scott. Hassett on the bump, ready to go. Zach steps in, and the pitch is on its way. Line shot up and off the press box wall onto the concourse. Count stays 3-2. We'll do it all over again. Fouled off, and we continue. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Scott takes his time as he fouls off 2 in a row to keep this count full. Now he gets one he likes, softly grounds it to the second baseman, Nolet. He'll pick it up off a hop at the waist. Flip it underhand to the first baseman, 1 up and 1 down. Frankie Gregoire, the batter for the Blues. Triple away from the cycle. Would be the first cycle in Bristol Blues history. We're in the 7th. This could be his last opportunity at the feet. First pitch fastball at the knees, over for a strike, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch is a curveball that misses, 1-1. 1-1 pitch, skips in there. 2-1. Picture perfect moment for the triple. 2 balls and a strike. You know you're going to get a fastball. Let's see what you can do with it. He gets that fastball, but it misses the zone, 3-1. Let's see how aggressive Frankie is in this scenario. He gets one he likes and lifts it to deep right field. Going back is the right fielder. 1 step in front of the warning track is Brian Moskey. He will make the play, and Gregoire flies out to deep right. That'll bring up the Blues shortstop, Tyler Roberts. Roberts, the lone Blue yet to reach base today, lined out to center, grounded out to second, and popped up to the shortstop today. He's 0 for 3. He takes a first pitch ball, 1-0. Hassett now into the motion. Roberts grounds one to third. Backhanded play there by Tinkle. He will throw across the diamond. Roberts is cut down 5-3. And we head to the top of the 8th inning. This is Bristol Blues baseball, and the Blues lead 7-4. Trent Bryan, the batter for the Pittsfield Suns in the top of the 8th inning. Jacob Wallace returns to the mound to continue his work in relief of Izzy Fuentes. Wallace, his first pitch fastball misses, 1-0. Defensively behind Wallace for the Bristol Blues, Andrew Kendrick at first base, Nick Conti, the second baseman, at shortstop, Tyler Roberts, and at third today, Austin Chauvin. In left field, Frankie Gregoire, and in center, Logan Green. Rounding out the defensive alignment behind him will be Liam Scafariello. Battery mate for the pitchers today, the catcher from Seton Hall, Chris Villa. 2 balls and a strike to the 9-0 hitter, Trent Bryan, student at Harvard University. The Harvard product lifts this one up off the screen behind the dish. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bryan with the sleeve on the front right arm. Swings way late on that fastball. Down on strikes goes Trent Bryan. Another one for the Bristol Blues pitching staff. The lineup will turn over for Brian Moskey. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 strikeouts on the day for the Bristol Blues pitching staff. They've got it working this evening. Wallace's fastball to Moskey misses a little bit inside, 1-0. The sun is now tucking itself beyond the evergreen trees in left center field. It is turning into a fabulous night for baseball here nestled in the hills of Bristol, Connecticut. A ball and a strike here to the right fielder, Moskey. 0 for on the day, 0 for 3. He was hit by a pitch his last time up. 2 balls and 1 strike, the count for the leadoff man. Moskey plays his college baseball at Quinnipiac. He, too, a Connecticut native. 2 balls and 2 strikes for number 17, the right fielder from Quinnipiac. Wallace working the 2-2 pitch. Grounded hard to third. Chauvin picks it up on the short hop. Makes the play to Kendrick. Good play there by Austin Chauvin to pick that grounder up on the short hop. Makes the throw over to Kendrick. 2 up and 2 down. Tommy Hughes, the batter. First 2 batters retired, and this fastball runs a little bit too far inside and at the back right ankle of Tommy Hughes, 1-0. One-0 pitch, count turns to be 2-0. Falling behind Hughes here is Jacob Wallace. 2-0 pitch, fastball right down Main Street here in Bristol, 2-1. Tommy Hughes was taken all the way ahead in the count, 2-0. Two-one, fastball dots the knees, 2-2. Wallace into the motion. 2-2 pitch fouled off the face mask of Chris Villa. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Taking his time now is Hughes. Gets out of the batter's box, adjusts the batting gloves, adjusts the helmet, and now kicks back in. Closed stance right now by Hughes. Toe taps and swings. Left this one out of play, and the count's going to stay 2 balls and 2 strikes for the sophomore from Norman, Oklahoma. Wallace gets him to popping up into foul ground, charging over is Kendrick. Will he have room to make the play? He will not, as a man on the bench for the Pittsfield Suns runs in the way for interference, and the home fans are giving it to him. They want interference because the man on the bench ran right roughshod into the way of Andrew Kendrick, who was unable to make the play. Umpire does not grant it for the Bristol Blues, so the count will stay 2-2. Two-two pitch. He goes down on strikes. Yet another one for the Bristol Blues pitching staff. Racking up the strikeouts today. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning, and the Blues lead 7-4. This is Bristol Blues baseball. Another reliever into the ball game for the Pittsfield Suns, brought to you by Doug Milan and Muzzy Field. A novel you can find online at Amazon.com. On the bump for the visitors, the junior at Babson College, Matt Cuneo. First pitch fastball, line shot to right field. Charging hard will be the right fielder, unable to come up with the pill. Another base knock for the Bristol Blues. They're 14th on the day. Villa leads off the top half of the 8th inning with a line shot single to right field. Top of the order here for the Bristol Blues, number 19, Logan Green. Logan 1 for 4 on the day. Takes a fastball on the outside corner, 0-1. Logan Green actually 2 for 4 on the day. Singled in the first and second innings. Misread my own scorebook. Thought it was a fielder's choice in the second. It was actually in the third. So he is 2 for 4 on the day in search of his third hit here in the top half of the 8th inning. He ground one to short. Hughes picks it up and will make the throw to first base just in time Tommy Hughes double clutched on that one, but does have a strong enough arm to retire the leadoff man on the lineup card for the Bristol Blues. Vio will advance safely into second base. And Nick Conti, the batter for Bristol. Conti swings a little bit late on that fastball out of the right arm of the junior from Babson College. No balls and a strike here for Nick. Lifts this one in the air down the right field line. That ball will be shot up and out of play. Count now 0-2. Adam Goss into the bullpen for the Bristol Blues. He may be getting the nod here for the ninth inning. Conti gets a curveball that drops on the outside corner. He is caught looking. Now 2 outs in the inning. A 2-out RBI opportunity for Andrew Kendrick. Kendrick grounds one hard to third. Tinkle fields, checks the runner at second, and makes the throw across the diamond to Eric Hamilton. We head to the top half of the ninth inning. Last call for the Pittsfield Suns offense. Blues lead 7-4, and it looks like the lefty from Franklin Pierce is going to come in to shut this door down, Adam Goss. Out for the ninth inning of work, Adam Goss. Pitching change, as always, brought to you by the historic novel on this 102-year-old gem of a field, Muzzy Field, well written by Doug Milan. Check it out online at Amazon.com. So Goss comes in to gather the save and finish off this ball game for the Bristol Blues. The lefty from Waterford, Connecticut, by way of Franklin Pierce, stands up on the bump, going through the 3, 4, 5 hitters for the Suns. First pitch, fastball outside corner, call the strike. Good start here for number 37. Zachary Hamilton and Morehart due up for Pittsfield. Fly ball to center field. Charging hard is Logan Green. He will call off the right fielder, Liam Scaffarello, and Goss. 1 up, 1 down here in the ninth. Adam Goss has had himself a heck of a run. His college season at Franklin Pierce, they advanced all the way to the Division II College World Series. Adam did not record an earned run all season. He comes to the Bristol Blues, and in 4 appearances, not a ton of innings for Adam. 3 1/3, still yet to give up that first run of the year. First pitch slider to Hamilton. Fly ball to shallow infield. Pop up to the third baseman, Austin Chauvin. He'll come down with it. 2 up and 2 down. Adam Goss has got it working in the back end of the bullpen for the Blues right now. Pinch hitter coming into the ball game with 2 outs for the Pittsfield Suns. The sophomore to be at Northeastern University, Cam Walsh. He will face Adam Goss for his first at-bat of the game, and he lifts it into foul ground. Over at first base, Goss comes on, and this ball game is over. A 1-2-3 ninth inning. Slamming the door shut is Adam Goss, and the Bristol Blues break their 3-game losing streak with a W here at home. This has been Bristol Blues Baseball. I am Brendan Kudla, and the player of the game, none other than Frankie Gregoire. A grand slam and an RBI double. Give him the player of the game nod. Enjoy your night, and we will see you back here at Muzzy Field on Tuesday night, 7 p.m. This is Bristol Blues Baseball, and the Blues win 7-4.